Hey, what's up guys? My name's Fonz and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today we're going to be talking about the 1.6 update and the banners that came with it, and if you should be wishing on them or not. So let's talk about it. Is this going to be an insane update or is this going to be a bunch of filler content? We'll have to wait and see. But one thing we won't have to wait for, insane transition me, is the new banners. New banners. Let's just get one thing out of the way real quick. Don't wish on this. If you wish on this, your mom should slap you in the mouth. Don't waste your primo gems on this banner. I don't care how much you like any of these weapons. If you think you're gonna get that new Fischl bow, you're gonna get like 18 Wid Siths and 12 Lion's Roars and 15 Favonius Lances and like 1,000 bells before you get one of those bows. Don't do it. It's not worth your primo gems. Also, Lost Prayer to Sacred Winds and Skyward Pride, meh. Next up, let's talk about the character banner, the Klee rerun. Some people are hype. I heard one person cheer. I hear you. I see you. Caleb over there getting hype. But yeah, Klee's back. Not only is Klee back, Barbara's back. Again. I feel like Barbara and Noelle show up on more banners than any character, period. But we got Barbara, Sucrose, and Fischl as her 4 stars. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of Catalyst user going on here, and I'm not in love with it. Let's talk about each of these characters a little bit. All right, let's talk about them one by one. Let's start with Fischl. Fischl, or the Princess de Ertelung, or whatever she says, is the best electro battery in the game. We don't have a whole lot to choose from because we don't have any more electro characters because miHoYo hates electro. Just happens to be my favorite element. I don't care. I'm not mad about it. But she's a solid staple for any team that needs to add electro somewhere in the mix. She's mostly used as a support, an electro support, and if you're using her that way, you're going to be focusing on her Knight Rider and her Midnight Phantasmagoria. These two abilities right here both summon Oz in some way, shape, or form, and Oz can just sit out on the field and apply electro damage. And he can be built like really well. Like, he's really strong. And like I was saying, for support Fischl, you're going to want to be leveling up these two. Don't level up her normal attacks unless you plan on, like, you can get it to like 6 maybe. I wouldn't go any further than that. Now, if you're trying to use her as a main DPS, sure, go crazy. You're already off the deep end. Let's talk about weapons for a second. If you're lucky enough to get the Alley Hunter, I think the Alley Hunter is probably one of her best weapons if you have someone already using your Stringless. The Stringless is 100% her best weapon because it literally just increases your elemental skill and your elemental burst damage. Hands down, her best weapon. If you got the Windbloom Ode, it's a pretty decent weapon for her. And if you're trying to make sure that Oz just stays on the field constantly, you can totally use Favonius Warbow. Not a bad choice, but definitely not the best. Also, I don't think Sacrificial Bow works on Fischl because Oz stays on the field forever and your like ability is just to recall Oz. Like, you like drop him and then like your ability is still there and you can just like pull him across the room. You're like, hey Oz, come over here. So I don't think it really works. Also, Viridescent Hunt is pretty good for her. It comes inherent with crit rate and the effect is pretty good. But absolutely the two weapons that you'll see on her the most are Rust and Stringless. Stringless is going to be your best for a support Fischl. Rust is going to be your best for the normal attack main DPS Fischl, which again, I'll mention if you're building a main DPS Fischl, already off the deep end. Now, I'm not going to be talking about 5 stars in this video. Not everybody's going to have a 5-star on their account, but obviously if you have a 5-star with a higher base attack, it's probably going to be the better choice. Some of them you just might have to play a little different. But finally, let's talk about her constellations. Her constellations for Fischl are actually really good. Her C1 is literally just Oz shoots out of like a little warp portal thing. You ever played Destiny 2? It's literally the no time to explain effect. Just gives you a free 22% damage. Her C2 makes her elemental skill do more damage and in a wider radius. Her C3 and 5 just increase her elemental skill and her elemental burst. Her C4 is actually kind of nuts, does a ton of electro damage and regenerates health for Fischl. So if you've ever played Fischl and you want to use the Oz to get around the room because you're in like a tight spot, this is like a free 20% HP just for popping your ult. It's pretty good. And finally, her C6, which is just so good, extends Oz's duration and makes him do even more damage. C6 Fischl is insane. I really want a C6 Fischl. Am I gonna dump all my primo gems on this banner to try to get C6 Fischl? No, I'm not. And why am I not gonna do that? Because Barbara. Here's the best tip I can give for Barbara. Don't build her. Literally don't. Yes, you can run her on like a meme build and do like crazy one-shot damage on bosses if you just literally have nothing else to do in the game. Look, she's adorable, dude. I get it. Look at her. I mean, if she's your waifu, go for it. Build her. But if you're trying to use your resources effectively, I really don't think this is it. I don't really want to talk about her constellations. I have C3 and I hate it. But here's the thing. absolute worst case scenario, if you get stuck with a C6 Barbara, she can literally heal a fallen character back up to full HP just like that. That's cool. I just don't like her. But if you do decide that you want to build a Barbara, absolutely you're going to want to run the Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, because when you have it at refinement rank 5, it literally just gives you a free 40% attack boost to whoever you switch to for 10 seconds. 48%. That's a 3-star weapon. It's pretty good. But like I said, in general, I just don't think she's worth your resources. If you want to build a healer that was free pretty recently, that does things similar to Barbara, but has a better weapon type, and is just, in my opinion, better all around. Little cat girl, man, Diona. She's way better. Just throwing it out there. Now the last character up is Sucrose. Now Sucrose kind of just got like pseudo buffed because of the elemental mastery buffs that just happened for 1.6. Because if you don't know, Sucrose gets built into elemental mastery like quite a bit. You kind of want to max her out on elemental mastery. A lot of people use her as an elemental mastery bot just to like boost your other teammates. And I'll talk more about that in a second. But yeah, in general, if you have sacrificial fragments, it's 100% her best weapon. I can understand a little bit of an argument trying to use the Zeth because you have a chance to get even more elemental mastery, but in general, like, dude, sacrificial fragments is just so good. Basically giving you a chance to reset your skill cooldown, and it just gets higher and higher every time you refine it. Also, real quick, the reason why I'm not touching on artifacts is because I'm talking about things that you should be thinking about if you want to pull for these characters, and artifacts is not one of those things. You can always go get more artifacts. But depending upon what weapons your account might have, or how many constellations you need on a character for them to be viable, those are things you got to think about when you're pulling for characters. Speaking of constellations, Sucrose's constellations are actually really good. C1, you gain an additional charge on your skill, which, like I said before, sacrificial fragments, you got a chance to reset your skill. Now you got more than one. It's really good. Her C2 makes her elemental burst last 2 seconds longer. Her C3 and 5 increase the level of her skill and her burst. C4 helps you gather. C4 basically using normal attacks reduces the cooldown of your elemental skill. And then finally her Constellation 6, the reason why she is in so many one-shot teams, because her C6 gives you a huge buff to your elemental damage. Look, Sucrose is really good. Elemental Mastery just got a big buff. If you build Sucrose, build into Elemental Mastery, she's going to be a great character for your account. I have Venti and I'm contemplating building Sucrose simply because of all of this going on. Yeah, Sucrose in general is pretty good. Last up, we're going to talk about the main attraction of this banner, Klee. Now look, if you've done a single story quest with Klee in it, if you've participated in this event that's going on right now with Klee in it, you'll know that she is just adorable. She is literally as cute as you can write a character. She's the definition of kawaii to me, but that's not reason enough for me to want to wish for her. Here's the thing, I'll probably be skipping the Klee banner because I don't need another pyro DPS. Now, if your account is in need of a pyro DPS, then absolutely, this could be a great pickup for your account. But here's the thing, when she came out a long time ago, like what, 8-9 months ago when this game came out, she was like the second banner, or was she the first or the second? She was a second banner. Venti was first. Yeah, we thought she was crazy good, and she was really powerful, and she still can be, but the characters that MiHoYo's been putting out, Ganyu, Zhao, Hutao, Eula, bro, they just do more damage. Like, they're just better. Klee's really cute. She's really clunky to use. All her talents are pretty good. Her Jumpty Dumpty's pretty decent, and her ult is pretty decent. I don't even feel the need to talk about constellations, but if you want Klee to be a support for you, C2 is what you need. That's what makes her viable as a support. Toss out your Jumpty Dumpty and it decreases your enemy's defense by 23% for 10 seconds. Pretty good. If you want to know what all these do, I am going to leave them up on the screen just for a second so you can click through and read them. But in general, I really don't think that you need to worry about any constellations for Klee, because if you're wishing for constellations for Klee, you're not watching a video about should I wish for this character. You're already a whale, so go do you, boo-boo. But the last thing I want to talk about for Klee is going to be her weapon, and honestly I think one of her best, if not her best weapon, is going to be the Dodoko Tails that came out with this event. Normal attack hits on opponents increase charged attack damage by 16% for 6 seconds. Charged attack hits on opponents increase attack by 8% for 6 seconds. You see how this thing works? And that's only at refinement rank 1. So those numbers are gonna go up. The only thing it kind of sucks is it comes with an attack substat, and if I'm not wrong, it's got a pretty low base attack. But in general, I think this could be one really solid weapon for her. I'm even kind of tempted to level this up and put it on Ningguang. Is that a dumb idea? Let me know, I don't know. But yeah, in general, I personally don't plan on wishing on much of the banners this time around. I'll be saving Primo gems because we got Kazuha coming out. We better have a Ganyu rerun soon because I need Ganyu. I just missed her, man. I got Zhao, I didn't get Ganyu. God. Yeah, in general, that's my thoughts on the banners. I think they'll be worth it as long as you don't hit Barbara the whole time, and you're absolutely gonna get a bunch of Barbaras. It's just how the game works, man. It's not my fault. It's weighted towards Barbara and Noelle. But no matter what, let me know what you guys are doing down in the comment section down below. Do you plan on wishing for Klee? She is super cute. Or are you saving your Primo gems for Kazuha? Because, I mean, shoot, Elemental Mastery just got a buff, so his swirl is going to be insane. Ah, Kazuha's so sick, bro. I'm super excited to see him. Drop a like down below if you guys did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you guys are new around here. And before we go, a huge shout out to the members of the channel. Thank you so much for helping make these videos possible. If you yourself want to help support the channel directly, you can by clicking the top link in the description or clicking the join button down below if you're on desktop. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. And if you're wishing, good luck. Good luck on your summons. Love you. Bye. Yeah, screw it, dude. We got some primos. Let's do one wish. We won't hit Klee, right? We won't hit a 5-star. Let's go. One wish. Bro, my heart dropped, bro. If that was Klee, I was gonna be so mad.